Hello everyone, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 5th edition. Back in Bogrot still, and last time we went underneath this apothecary, found loads of strange and peculiar stuff, and now we have more options, more places to go, more people to see. Doesn't look like these goblins want the death of us, which is always my preferred way of existence with big large groups of enemies. Moss covered chest. Why don't I remember the existence of this?
Hardly a challenge.
Right, well, give me guidance. We'll save the inspiration. Sorted. 24. What do we have? Hello. Haste Helm. Smooth start. At the start of combat, the wearer gains momentum for 3 turns. Dexterity saving throws +1. An arrow, a potion of healing, and gold. I'm not familiar with momentum. It's not one that... I think it came in the last patch with the barbarian that I couldn't play. So we'll equip it to Astarion, and we'll see what happens with it soon. But that is an interesting one, nonetheless. There's this well as well.
Apart from an overgrowth of moss, the well looks unremarkable.
We'll investigate. We've still got guidance going. I'm not going to do it, and I'm not going to spend inspiration on it.
Dry stones line the wall, but the darkness below is impenetrable.
Throw a coin in the well.
The coin disappears into the well. After a moment, you hear a soft clink, not a splash.
Climb down the rope.
Better not touch the webs. I'd hate to disturb the locals.
Okay, well, that's unpleasant. Leave the short sword. Studded shield, great sword, old backpack, spider silk cocoons. These profess to be red text, which suggests it would be stealing if we did anything with them. I don't think that's garnered any animosity with the locals. There's the gold we threw. I'll take that back. Thanks very much. An old backpack. I assume there's nothing through here. I've never really investigated this tiny little waterfall corner. But the camera hates it, so let's leave it alone. Peek the backpack. Bronze ring and a loot. Well, loot goes to Lana, obviously.
Step carefully.
Right, let's take a short rest real fast. Get back some HP. And Gale,
Surprised you spotted me.
if we're going to be having a fight, let's Arcane Recovery a level 2 spell slot. Also, what's our current AC? Armor class, where is it? AC 12. Give me a mage armor, first level. That puts our AC up to 15, so it's going to be a little harder for stuff to hit us.
Yes, yes. Something smells tasty. Just like old times.
Something smells tasty, Astarion. What are you hoping to find in these parts? Right. That is a phase spider. What else do we have around here? That is a lab? I guess we're coming into this kind of backwards from my own expectation. So let's try and get back to this little campground back here. Normally I wouldn't start with the well, so... Water. Torches. Fairly expected. Glass retorts. Rates all over. Bloody journal. Though originally a screed on Lolith's penned in blood, this book's crimson script has been smeared away in several places, a different writing atop of it. I recall my life upon the surface with more than regret. I weep for the decades spent treading murky waters of profanity, while my true queen waited in the shadows. Even my name, Eliette, feels foreign and foul upon my tongue. A high elf exalted by Loth herself, my drow captors cannot fathom it, but I see their house's downfall in visions granted by the Spider Queen herself. When that day comes, when some unnamed whelp from an insignificant house cuts the matron's mother's throat, I will escape, I will find solitude, and I will worship Loth with my very soul. Someone's been having a party down here, haven't they? Heavy chest. Spider step boots, immune to being enwebbed. Right, let's get them on. Lovely. Tattered journal. A journal filled with hastily sketched diagrams of spiders and various spell runes. The captions are largely written in code, save for a few passages near the end that are penned in shaky common. They can sense my devotion. It draws them. I hear them in the shadows, whispers from the Dark Mother. I woke to a gift wrapped in spider's silk. A pair of boots taken from a heretic's corpse. Loth sends her daughters to reward my faith, to let me know I am on the right path. Another gift. The corpse of a drow, sigil scarred upon his face. An arachnomancer, one with the power to inhabit the spider's form. It is a message, a calling. My blood already dries upon the dagger, her blessed image carved into my skin. Lovely. And a ritual diagram. An ornate diagram is drawn upon this parchment depicting a ritual of some kind. At the bottom, two figures, a spider and an elf, are sketched within overlapping circles. A single word is penned beneath them. Transcendence. Oh, that's a lot of scrolls. Scroll of Armor of Agathis. I don't think any of us will be able to use. Scroll of Bane for the cleric. Scroll of Entangle. Scroll of Grease for the wizard. Scroll of Web for the wizard. Did I see something up there? No? Just the scroll I was moving, probably. And last but not least, okay, can't see anything quite down there yet. There's another phase spider there. I'm going to assume, even with a longbow, we're not making that shot. And a burnt journal. Right. Read the burnt journal. Web-covered journal. So many journals. Come on, game. Most of the pages have been carefully burnt away. Those that remain contain a single sentence written in various stages of agitation. In her form, I find ecstasy. The spell is not enough. And the web-covered journal has disappeared. Right, we push on. Now, I'm expecting a reasonably large fight. I'd love to do it more on my terms than theirs, though. There's a skeleton in armor. Short swords, rings. Spurred band. Frantic urgency. During combat, when the wearer starts with their turn with 50% hit points or less, They gain momentum for 1 turn. Momentum again. Still not sure what it's about, but we'll learn. Read the apprentice's journal. Anything about momentum? No, but the key gem for the book we found might be down here. Journal updated, ancient tome. Alright, we'll tell you what. Let's go all in on Astarion having a whole bunch of momentum. Up through here. Big long shelf of cobweb. We try and push over. Astarion will not be enwebbed because of the boots he's wearing. Everyone else making saving throws. And we finally fail some, so...
Something didn't like that.
I got to turn base just in time. Can't have disadvantage against target. Why would I have disadvantage down here? Darkness. Some of the others have already started rolling initiative. So I guess we're just going to get in with an extra attack before that happens. Alright, we managed to surprise them, which was unexpected.
This really isn't my forte.
Let's just keep attacking. Try and get us all into the initiative here.
Better boots.
Excellent crit. Right, who's up?
There's blood in the air.
Astarion. Not hiding. We have momentum. Can I see what momentum is somewhere, please? Dark Vision, Fey Ancestry, Smooth Start, Spider Step. I used to be able to look more on...
Who's next?
Oh, there you go. Momentum condition. Spurred by a sense of urgency, momentum speed increased by 10 feet. Removed when restrained, incapacitated, prone, or slowed. So our movement speed is now 40 feet speed instead of 30 feet of speed. Glad to have that mystery solved. How do we miss that? Come on. Right, surprised. Surprised. Back to Astarion. So the others didn't get to go then because we were refreshed in, or we came in late to the initiative order, so they don't get to go again in the initial initiative order. Good grief. My boy, what did they do? You can see the little chevrons next to the name, I guess indicating death saves and non, which is the same as these images here. This Ettercap is infested. That's not ideal. 7 HP left. Short bow isn't really going to cut it. I guess we're going to guiding bolt here, as excessive as it kind of might be. Right, I think Gale is infested. I can't bonus action healing word because we cast a main... our main action was a leveled spell, and in D&D 5th edition you can't cast a leveled bonus action spell and a leveled main action spell. But what we can do, apparently, and I don't love it mechanically, but we don't really have another option, is... Oh no, throwing is a main action, not a bonus action. Alright, that's a bad time. We cannot heal Gale with a bonus action here. They have inwebbed, or attempted to inweb. Right, we are going to inspire Gale. So they have combat inspiration and they are healed for 1d6 healing. which is incredible. Then Lana is up with a main action as well. What do we want to do with that?
I've got one.
Let's viciously mock, shall we?
Oh, back to the anus that spat you out.
Gross. Excuse me? Gale? God damn. Okay. Astarion, would you please hit that thing really hard? God damn it. Okay, Shadowheart.
To focus.
We have Cure Wounds, but we don't have enough movement to get there. So bonus action Healing Word, first level.
Take cure.
And then main action, we can just short bow. Okay. Astarion still hasn't taken... No, we did. We cast a spell. Gale is up. Doesn't get a main action, does get a bonus action. Bonus action, consume a healing potion for yourself. And we have movement speed, but I guess we're in webbed currently. Yes.
Time for coal.
Got to keep fighting.
Thank you for that zoom in camera. Okay. Lana is up. Stage fright. Drown your enemies in an overwhelming fear of failure. They receive disadvantage on attack rolls and take damage each time they miss an attack roll. Oh, this is a whole area of effect thing. Interesting. Right, we'll save that for a second then. I really want you to be more dead. Alright, they're frightened. That is great. Gale is still infested, which is a terrible time. Can we sneak attack ranged? We can, because they are up against Gale. 14 damage is massive.
Unleash me.
Gale. I would like to not be right next to this guy if I could, honestly. We can't get them away. We don't have Thunderwave, do we? As a spell. Paired spells is all of the spells we know, apparently. 3 damage. Alright, magic missile it is, I think.
Tormentor. On my way.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to be here anymore. I want Gale to not be dying. Pause. Pause. Why?
Well met. I am a magical projection of Gale of Waterdeep, and if you see this manifestation, that means I have prematurely perished. However, for reasons that cannot be disclosed, it is of vital importance that my death be remedied at your earliest convenience. You may rest assured that I do not speak out of self-preservation alone. Many lives depend on my return to the living within the span of 2 days. I trust I've made myself clear.
How do we bring you back to life?
I have upon my deceased person a magical item that can accomplish my return. But such is the value and rarity that it is protected by a multi-layered security protocol. I will now explain the protocol. Step 1 is to retrieve from my person a pouch I wear over my heart. Next, you must unthread the purple seam that seals it in a counterclockwise fashion. Do not touch any other colored strand. Inside the pouch, you will find a folded letter and a tiny flute. Unfold the letter and note the markings in the top and bottom corners. These are the notes you will need to play. Starting from the bottom right, play the notes in correct order, clockwise this time. Upon completion of the tune, a magma method will appear, which will pose the following question. Iskcha Chisnaga. This is Ignan for what is my name? The answer is Kasi Trak Ash. Pronounce the name correctly, and the method will breathe on the letter. Stay clear, because the little scamp can melt metal. Words will now appear on the letter's surface, effectively turning the letter into a scroll of true resurrection. Use it to bring me back to life.
Okay.
Excellent. Now repeat my instructions back to me, please.
Seems, notes, names, the lot.
In that case, this will be an easy exercise. Step 1.
Retrieve the pouch.
And next.
Should unsheath the purple seam in a counterclockwise
You
fashion.
then have access to the letter and the flute. Go on.
Unfold the letter. Oh god. Bottom right corner. I missed the corner.
Remember to play them clockwise. And after that,
Say its name.
correct. But pay attention to the trach part. Ch is back of the throat. And so we have gone through the necessary steps again. It is gratifying to see your memory does not fail you. Best of luck with the protocol. May my cold, dead hands soon be refilled with the warmth of life so they can shake yours in gratitude.
Okay, what is going on? Item received, Gale's pouch. Revivify tutorial. Astarion, get away from the corpse. Everyone, get away from this corpse. Right. Gale is dead. That's annoying. We do have scrolls of Revivify. How many do we have? 6. So here's the thing. To cast Revivify is a 3rd level spell. We don't have any 3rd level spell slots, so we need to do an Arcana check to see if we can cast that spell. So it's going to be a Shadowheart Arcana check, because she's the only one whose Revivify appears on the spell list, I think. Maybe Bard as well, but we'll stick with Shadowheart. Our Arcana is +0. So, if we were to give Shadowheart...
I'm ready.
Oh, we don't have any inspiration. We're all out. Okay, well let's give her guidance. So we have 6 scrolls. We need to roll a d20 plus Arcana plus proficiency, I think. And then we need to roll an 13, because it's 10 plus the scroll, the level of the spell scroll. So let me get a d20 up. Alright, so I checked. It is the ability using your spell casting ability to determine whether you cast it successfully. So the DC is 10 plus the spell's level, so the DC is 13. And let's just check on Shadowheart's...
A long way to go still.
Wisdom is 16, so it's +3 to our ability check. So we are rolling a d20 plus a d4 plus 3, and we need to get to a DC 13. So let's make that happen. So d20, 8 plus a d4, 10 plus 3 on Wisdom is 13. The DC was 13, so that means we have effectively been able to cast Scroll of Revivify via the 5th edition rule set, which is good because it means we get Gale back, because otherwise this is going to be a real pain in the butt. So, let's cast Revivify on Gale. Target is out of sight. Oh my god. Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
Take your...
He is back. Completed in case of death. Well, I don't think I used his method of doing it. Let's get Lana to have a little chat with him after that.
Glad to have an ally.
My word, you did it! Oh, it's good to be alive. My hands are still cold, so that handshake will have to wait, but in the meantime... Thank you.
Alright, I would like some explanations.
Yes. I was afraid you'd say that. Only fair to warn you I've precious few answers to spare. I apologize if that sounds thankless. It's just that some secrets simply cannot be revealed.
Well, we've got persuasion in spades. That'll do it, just.
I suppose that after all you've done for me, I should be at least a little bit forthcoming. Tell you what, I will answer one question that you may have, to the best of my ability, if I can.
I simply wanted to know what it is you're keeping from me. Why did you projections say that my lives depend on your resurrection? Yeah, let's go with that.
Because it was the truth. And the truth is a great motivator. I am dangerous. Not because I want to be, but because of an error I made in the past. It makes me dangerous, even in death. You brought me back to life, and for that I am in your debt. But we're surrounded by danger. It could happen again. If it does, bring me back again. You must, for the sake of many.
Right. Well, I think we're going to want a long rest after all of that. Who has Gale's pouch? Show whole party inventory. Gale's pouch. Open?
The pouch is sealed with differently coloured strands of thread.
Pull the purple thread in a counterclockwise direction.
As the purple thread becomes undone, the pouch opens to reveal a letter and flute inside.
I wish we had done this in a place that had more daylight. Alright, well, we'll leave those be for a second. Let's get the party out of here.
Alive, so that's progress.
Can we go in a way that is not going to get us killed? Let's get out of turn-based.
Wonder if the gods are watching me. I think I found something.
Yeah, let's crack this wall down. Alright, that's something. Here we are in an old blacksmith's forge. Short swords abound. There's chests and all kinds of stuff, but with Gale on 1 hit point and no short rests left in us, I would like to just get a long rest first before we go poking around more things that could potentially get us killed. Please don't kill me.
You see anything shiny? It's ours.
Sure. If that means you're not going to murder me right now, I will take it. So, we're going to head over to the teleportation runes. That will let me take a long rest by my rule set. Head back to camp. What a day.
My, what manner of place is this? A patch of ground to call home. Some rest for the wicked, after all. What would suit the occasion? The words to a lullaby, perhaps. The mouse smiled brightly. It outfoxed the cat. Then down came the claw. And that? Love. Was that? They do know how to write them in Cormier, don't they? Well met, I am Raphael. Very much at your service.
Yeah, that's great, but I just want to go to bed. Am I talking to the mouse or the cat?
Neither. The fox, rather. Hiding, in a word. A silent observer, about to break the silence. Of course, what I have to say merits some privacy, as well as some more, let's call it, refinement. Yes, this encampment is decidedly too middle of nowhere for my tastes. Come.
Oh, joy.
There, middle of somewhere.
I would like to not be here, please.
And deny you the honor of my hospitality? This is the House of Hope, where the tired come to rest and the famished come to feed lavishly. Go on, partake, enjoy your supper. After all, it might just be your last.
What, you're gonna murder me? Is this going somewhere?
Are you not entertained? Well, far be it from me to disappoint.
Oh boy.
What's better than a devil you don't know? A devil you do. Am I a friend? Potentially. An adversary? Conceivably. But a savior? That's for certain.
Why do you think I need saving?
Come now. Why play hard to get when you're in deep over your tadpoled head? One skull, 2 tenants, and no solution in sight. I could fix it all, like that.
Okay, so we're all here. I'll think this over, thanks.
Take all the time you need, but make up your mind before you're counting down with tentacles. Try to cure yourself, shop around, beg, borrow, and steal. Exhaust every possibility until none are left. And when hope has been whittled down to the very marrow of despair, that's when you'll come knocking on my door. Hope. Such a tease.
And how would we find you if we want this deal?
I'll be around, watching you squirm like a tadpole through a nice, juicy brain. All those pretty little symptoms, sundering skin, dissolving guts, they haven't manifested yet, have they? One might say you're a paragon of luck. I'll be there when it runs out.
Yeah, I'm a gnome in one piece for now. I'm so excited for the main game when we get to see just how many ways there might be to get rid of this tadpole in our head and how that all develops down the line. What's occurring, Shadowheart?
Bloody hells. Literally. Just when I think I've got a grasp on our dilemma, a devil shows up. No matter. We've dealt with every other oddity thrown at us lately. We can handle this one too. Now, as for this Raphael, he knows our secret. He claims he can help. What do you make of him?
Help is help. Honestly, I'm not so sure. Dog! He's a devil. I'm not sure. Because he wants something out of us, surely.
I suppose it was a lot to take in. A devil sought us out, teased us with his help, but he also stared as if we were the banquet, rather than the one on the table. We can't hedge our bets here. Best we decide how to deal with him, if at all.
If he's a devil, I don't want to have to be in debt to a devil.
Good, you got there eventually. I know people who work much like our new acquaintance does. You don't need a scourge or a rack to break people. Fear and self-doubt is sufficient. When actual pain comes, the victim's already done the heavy lifting for their torturer. There were no right answers with that devil. He was toying with his food. Us.
I'm glad we made the right decision.
Perhaps you didn't. See? Sowing doubt is an old trick. Watch out for it. And for Raphael.
Alright, but can I just take my long rest now? Like, would that be allowed? Is that agreeable? One supply pack and a full rest? What's an owlbear egg? Just one. One food from that giant egg. Seems unlikely. Astarians on the prowl. Wonder why. And there we are, back in Bogrot. Safe, healed, spell slots replenished, bardic inspiration back. For now though, that's going to be everything. Thank you guys ever so much for joining me on this incredibly up and down adventure of the day. If you're enjoying the series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, you can put those down below. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one. Cheers.